Hi, I'm Wayne Sanders, and I'm here to show you a setup on the putting studio today. The putting studio is designed to develop touch and feel by focusing in on the mastering of repetitive stroke. Its key ingredient is it's fun. The hardware construction has a unique and attractive value to the decor. It comes in 3 different putting surfaces, of which 2 are carpet and are medium to fast. Today we're going to be going over the Championship Billiard bottle green fabric, which is much faster and simulates sim speeds up around 12.5. Alright? So let's get started. First thing we have to do is we have to take off the 2 packing boards, 1 at each end. We'll get rid of those. You're going to need a Phillips screwdriver to do that. Alright? The second thing is, we'll take a look at the parts. We have our foot stand over here, which have all the parts in it when it's shipped. Okay, and what you'll find is I'm going to go through those parts as we go through our installation. So the first thing is, we're going to, as we unpack it, we're going to bring the board out, and we're going to set it up where we're going to lay it out and have it installed. All right. Note here that there is 2 inserts that we'll talk about a little bit later regarding when we do our setup. Then, first thing we're going to do is we're going to put in the adjustment bolt. All right. Take it from the top inside. We want to be on the opposite side of the foot stand. Right? So my foot stand's over here. I'm going to be over here as it sets. Just screw this in. And while I'm screwing this in, let me explain that we have a second 4-inch adjustment which will go in one of the inserts. That insert over here that protects the hinges will go on the same side as the foot stand. Now what that is just a support, and it will be off the surface about 1/2 inch, 1/4 to 1/2 inch, so that if there's an impact, it'll protect these hinges. All right. Okay. Then, or an alternative, what some people will do is we do provide a second bolt like this one that'll go over here, and that you can use both of those, and it'll even shore up the putting surface so that it has better support, a little finer tuning. Alright, so we screw that in, just takes a minute. You put the acorn bolt back on, finger tight, maybe a little wrench if you want it, that's fine. Second thing is, we've got a little 2-inch bolt here, half of it's threaded. You're just going to screw that in the center piece right here. Alright? Okay. And we'll put this here and turn this over. Next, we have another one that goes in here. Now, my option is that I need to put this bolt in, again, on the same side as the foot stand. It's the same type bolt. I screw it in, and I put the short pedestal here. Then the ball corral, I stick behind it, and that's going to catch the balls as they come down through the channel. All right? I'll kind of set it up here so we have a nice little attractive setup. I'm going to take my foot stand, and I'm going to put it over here, kind of get it set up to where I want it. And we also have 2 insert rings, which basically provide a 4 1/4, which is a standard. We have a 3-inch, and we have a 2-inch hole. Okay, we'll just put those aside a second. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to level it out. I have a level here, but I've now include another level which allows you to kind of set a level up, make sure it's nice and level throughout the whole board. Right? Now, at this point, by turning this right to left, left to right, this side will then either raise or lower, which creates the board to either be straight, it'll be a little bit raised, or a little bit lower. What I'm doing now is I'm lowering it down because I want a nice nice straight surface. Okay, now we'll check it. Okay, and I check it in a couple of spots. It looks pretty straight. When we start putting, we'll get a better idea if we need to do any further adjustments. Plus, I also use this with 2 fingers. Can you put breaks up right to left or left in it to make it more fun or different types of putting challenges. All right? Okay. So now we're set up. We've got the board. I've got the board set up in the second hole here because I want the board with a slight incline so that the balls that don't go in the hole, whoa, the balls that don't go in the hole will still come down the channel. Either on now I also have you have a little channel on either side so the balls roll down. Now the ball that are on the surface here, if they don't come back, we have what we call a rock and roll feature, which by just stepping a little bit, depressing a little bit on one side, it will take the ball and move it over, and then the ball will return. All right? Okay. So, next step is we have the laser. Now, the laser creates a path line going through the center of the cup and down to the center of the board, which now gives me a line on the board to actually putt. This is something that allows me to really fine-tune my stroke to get the ball started down the start line. Now, interesting enough is, because we can put breaks in it, this then can be moved over to this side of the hole, centered for a right to left, and over here for a left to right. Okay. So we're going to set this up. And center it off, right? Pretty center. All right. Next thing we're going to do is go to the putting channel. Now the putting channel is about alignment, and it's really a great tool to help you to be correct, analyze, and or help you really hone in on developing that repetitive stroke. Because it focuses on keeping you aligned all the times. And there's 3 basic alignments we're going to go through. The first alignment, I want to get the laser light right in the center here. Okay? Okay, so I'm going to take my foot stand, set up behind it. First thing I'm going to do is take the club head. This angle here represents 70 degrees, is what the manufacturer made on the shaft for you to have the perfect alignment of the putter. Second is I'm going to square off my feet, my shoulders, and now I'm aligned with the laser line with the path, right? Second is my club head has to be square. If I've got it open or if I've got it closed, the ball's not going to go through the mouse hole. It's going to immediately hit one of the sides here, and it's going to give me instant notification that I need to square up my club head. The third thing is getting the path line in the channel with a pendulum of feel similar to like tick-tock, and getting the club head started down this start line. All right? So by doing that, it allows me to make a perfect putt. Thank you.
Okay, gotcha.
Better?
Yeah, a lot. Whoops.